Hey everybody. So today I've been on my 670G for about a week and a half. I started it Friday of last week, and it's now Monday. I went into auto mode on Sunday of last week, so I've been on auto mode a little bit over a week. My manual mode isn't set up 100% correctly, so I tend to have problems at night when I'm trying to sleep. I have a lot of lows. So I went into auto mode after the 48-hour window instead of doing manual mode for a full week. I will say, so far on the 770G, at the beginning, I did notice the pump, after about 3 days, did a drastic change in learning my normal habits. I was getting... my sugar was staying around 200 throughout the night, the first 2 nights in auto mode, and then the pump after midnight twice, it changed its algorithm, and now I'm not having that issue. The pump is doing what it needs to. About halfway through the first week in auto mode, Medtronic released the app update for the Minimed Connect app for the 770G. I do have an iPhone 12 Pro that is currently running 14.2.1, I believe. So it wasn't supported at the beginning, and Medtronic had to release that update. They did, and I have been using the app for almost a week now. I do really like it. So this is the Minimed Connect app. You can see that I was 95% in range. You can pinch to zoom on your screen to change the timeline of the graph. The yellow line is 200, the red line is about 70. My time within range is highlighted in blue, 70 to about 180. You can see at the top, it's similar to your pump. You can click on the boluses. You can't see the information for the micro boluses. I wish that would be changed. You can click over and get information about your pump. You can come and see the last time when your pump was updated. You can see what's connected, the battery life, the amount of insulin's left, and the sensors. And then you can have it set up to notifications, as well as like how you need your carbs and stuff set up, grams or not. And then it'll also tell you like when your next calibration and stuff is due, and your previous meal history. My phone is set up to mirror all notifications to my Apple Watch. So if I get a pump notification, it's pushed to my phone and my Apple Watch if I am wearing it. And I can see those. They are on repeat for every minute until I clear them on my pump. I really wish that in the future Medtronic will push out to where we can clear notifications off of the app without having to pull the pump out, because sometimes if I'm wearing my pump inside my right hand pocket while driving, it's hard for me to get my pump out past the seatbelt buckle in my car. So it'd be easy when the car stopped, obviously, to click on the app, clear the alert, and then not have to worry about it. So that's something I hope to bring in the future. I do have the widget set up in my notification center on my iPhone with the Minimed Connect app, so I can see the snapshot information on there about what my current blood sugar is, and the insulin, active insulin, and if I'm trending up or down or in auto mode, that type of information. If you have seen that on the widget, I will show a screenshot of that. I'll insert it here. But as far from that, that's all that I have set up on my phone. The other person in my household also has an iPhone 12, and I would like to set them up on the Carelink Connect app, which is the app for caregivers, so that way they could check and see what my pump is doing. If it is alarming in the middle of the night, they can look and see what it's alarming for. But so far that app is not supported with the iPhone 12. As far as we keep checking, it keeps saying that it's not supported on both my phone and the other phone. So hopefully that'll get supported in the next week or so. My pump, from what I can tell, is auto-downloading to Carelink all of my data, which is good. I prefer that. I wish we could set it up to where if my phone is connected to the pump and Wi-Fi, it'll auto-download daily. It looks like it might be doing that. I'm looking at my Carelink data now behind the camera, and I'll show a snippet. So this is my Carelink. You can see it's doing mobile uploads. Underneath there is another type of upload. I'm not sure what that is, but it's doing it every time. You can click the Connect tab, and this brings up the Carelink Connect. You can see your data. You can see that you're in auto mode, what your blood glucose is, date, time, and active insulin. And if you're trending up, which I am because I ate not that long ago, and you can see that I did an insulin delivery up at the top. You can click reports, and this is a new refreshed version of Carelink. I haven't had too much time to play with it, but you can kind of generate reports. I'm trying to compare my data from my 670G, but this new version, I'm still have a large learning curve, and it's taken me a little bit of time to get some experience with that. So it typically takes a second for it to generate a report. It might pop it up as a pop-up window. That's what the old Carelink used to do. But in these pop-up windows, it just says the page is unavailable. Most of the time, it'll just download the report. So see, there's that page unavailable. And then typically in my downloads, that's where it'll be. So here's the report. You can see that I'm within range 95% of the time. I have a little peak in the mornings after breakfast and around lunch, but then my nighttime numbers are still good, pretty good. You can see my total daily insulin is about 176 units. So I wanted to just kind of show you guys the 770G. As you can tell, you can notice the difference based the little square here versus the graph icon on the 670G. Other than that, everything else is pretty similar. I have noticed the pump is a little faster. Maybe it has like a little better processing speed, which is something that is much needed. The 670G was definitely faster than the pump. Trying to click through menus and do what I wanted. One setting that I have noticed is different. Under sensor settings, sensor connections, this is the message that you get. There's no longer the option to start new sensor or reconnect old sensor, which on Saturday, I was having issues with my transmitter. I thought it was the transmitter itself. I thought it stopped communicating with the pump, but then I started noticing that it was communicating with the pump. So I attempted to remove the transmitter, let it sit on the charger, try to do some manual troubleshooting. And when I put the transmitter back on the sensor, I went into sensor connections trying to reconnect old sensor, but you can't do that. So luckily I was only on day 2 of this sensor. So that restart, I know when I have a day left, it's technically day 7 and I need to change it. But I got the transmitter to communicate with the pump and it was doing what it needed to. Everything was working on the pump, but I couldn't get it to connect to my phone. The phone would say unable to connect to transmitter, or it was trying to connect with no luck. So I went into Bluetooth settings and deleted the insulin pump out of my phone. And then I was trying to add it back like you would do a normal Bluetooth device. And from what I can tell, that's not the way Medtronic has things set up. So the easiest way was for me to just delete the the Minimed Connect app off of my phone, reinstall it, and go through the whole setup process again. Once I did this, I was quickly able to get everything back working. I'm not sure what the issue was. I have seen on a couple of Facebook groups some other people having issues where the transmitter just stops communicating with the phone. I've told them my experience, and hopefully that works. I couldn't see anything. I tried some other things like trying to reconnect within the app, and it just wasn't working. So the best thing for me was to just delete the app altogether, re-download it, and go through the reinstall process. Besides that, though, everything else has been going good. I would say it's been a great week 1 so far. The pump has been, from what I can tell, learning me very well. My carb calculations on some meals are a little off, so that's kind of some of the times why I have highs, but I'm trying to get back to how things were going, and hopefully I keep having better numbers. I would like to be constantly within 95 to 100% of time in range. Auto mode does a really good job for me at keeping me out of that low threshold. The high threshold is typically due to user error with a carb input for a meal, so I can't blame the pump for that. But anyway, I'll give you guys an update on how week 2 is going to go, or how week 2 went, excuse me, next week. So stay tuned, and if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button so that way when I do post new videos, you'll be informed with them. And if you guys want to know particular things, ask me questions in the comments. I will respond as fast as I can. And if enough of you ask about certain topics, I will try to do videos on those areas to try to help share my user experience with everybody. Hope you guys have a good week, and I'll see you next time.